So let's move on again to the ethos. We've talked about risk and trust. Ethos. This is really like the culture of a company. Starts at the top. This is John Lewis in Reading. He's in Broad Street, Reading. Now, a few years ago, my youngest son used to be a budding thespian. That means he was a waiter. All budding thespians are waiters. And this was Christmas time, and this Christmas he had to work as he did every Christmas. And he got to me around midnight on Christmas Eve. Now, all he had asked for was a very simple, exclusive, expensive white dressing gown from John Lewis. And I bought it for him. When he got to me around midnight, and both David and Neil, my two sons, and I sat down for a little while, we had a couple of drinks, chatted, caught up, went to bed. And in the morning, when we all got up, we cooked our breakfast. And it's always usually scrambled eggs and smoked salmon at Christmas. Just a little bit different with some nice toast. Cleared up, put the coffees on, went to the lounge, sat down, opened the presents. Like most people do. Could you imagine his unhappiness when he found the dressing gown was a size too small? He was really disappointed. Now, he was a waiter, so you could say he was used to waiting for things. But there again, he knew he'd have to wait another month or two to get it. So on the morning of the 27th, I had to get up early, scrape the ice of the car, cold winter, drive to Reading, walk into Broad Street, and walk into John Lewis in Broad Street, Reading, on the first day of the sales. It was packed, wall-to-wall people. And coming in from the cold, the heat struck me immediately. Well, I made my way through slowly, and I looked up and saw the sign. No refunds or exchanges until the new year. I thought, I'm here anyway, what have I got to lose? Keep going. And I saw an assistant on their own, and I managed to get to her just before someone else. And it was Mary, the assistant's name was Mary. So I go up to Mary and I explain the situation, fully expecting her to say, sorry, not until the new year. But she surprised me. She listened, she smiled, then said, just wait here, I'll see what I can do. She went up to the stockroom and came down with the right size dressing gown. And I was elated. I thought, great, I've got a result. And then I looked around at the huge queues at the tills. I thought, I'm not going to get back in time to see him off for his 1 o'clock shift. She could see straight into my head, which was worrying because actually she was very attractive and I was having amorous thoughts. But she knew what I was thinking. She smiled, took me to an unused till, opened it, dealt with the transaction and wished me a happy new year. Now, was Mary in sales? Was she in service? Was she in leadership? She overturned the management decision, so she was in leadership. She did the transaction, so she was in sales. She served the customer, so she was in service. And that is what an ambassador is. It does all of that. And the point is, John Lewis have got a good reputation for customer service and customer experience, and they know the importance of retention and of dealing with the customer in a way that's suitable to them. And they have an ethos that you follow guidelines but do what is right for the customer. But it wasn't John Lewis that made that decision that day. It was Mary, the individual. And it's always the individual that makes up the customer experience. Always the individual. I've told that story hundreds of times. As an aside, my late wife used to love going at John Lewis, even though she worked next door at BHS. And if ever she wanted to use the toilet, she'd always go to John Lewis. Because their toilets were immaculate. And she always judged the place by its toilets. Maybe the ladies relate to that? I can assure you men don't. So, yes. And again, looking at some statistics, because I like to have statistics with the source to back it all up. It says, according to Zendesk, 67% of customers will spend more on a better experience.